Yeah, girl, mine says recording too. So, hey guys, happy Tuesday night. Let's talk. Let's talk about this new e-commerce that is launching. Most of you guys that are on live, I feel have probably read and watched majority of the same things I have. What I do want to tell you guys, I have talked with another top sales director. Let me claim that. Talk to another top sales director. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like take that in right now, y'all. Um, but that is kind of where a lot of this information has came from. So I have tried to study it. I have tried to watch some Zooms and talk to sales director Ashley Kleinsmith and actually Tavia out of Oklahoma City, Stillwater area, trying to just get up to date on a lot of this information because I don't know about y'all, but like my biggest deal at first, whenever it first came out, I was like, something else, and like I was not excited about it at all. I didn't know, like we all kind of freak out over change. And then as it started launching and as I have seen other people get excited, I'm like, hold on. There is power in change. There is excitement. There has to be something that's going to benefit us or they would not do it, right? So once I kind of wrap my head around the point of it's happening, whether I like it or not. I'm either going to learn to embrace it and take a paycheck with it, or it's all going to pass me by. So that's kind of what happened. And whenever I started talking to Ashley, she was like, no, I think this is really going to be good for many reasons. You guys, first and foremost, the world we live in today is social media, right? I mean, we can work our business without social media, or we can embrace it and we can take full advantage of every aspect of social media that pays us. And if you were to look up influencer pay, you guys, here's some fun facts. An influencer, whether they are a Western fashion influencer, whether they have an Amazon storefront, whatever, they are getting paid 3 to 4%. Y'all, that's it. 3 to 4% off of every time somebody clicks their link and purchases that product. That's crazy to me because these girls work really hard and get lots of free things, but it takes them so much work for 3 to 4%. Y'all, we have the opportunity to sell influencer lifestyle at 30 or 50%. Okay. So most of you guys on here, I'm going to talk as if you guys knew nothing because I want us to be able to share this meeting with everyone. If you have a consultant, I want you guys to be able to share it and say, I know you probably don't want to work Mary Kay at all. However, you handle your social media very well. Here's the only thing that you have to do. Sign up your website and share your link. You guys, it's that simple. So I'm going to pull up a few facts that I have talked to Ashley about. First and foremost, websites. Websites are so important. Okay. So even if you have Aunt Jane in Maryland that orders once a year, we are going to beg, plead, borrow, and steal for her to set up her website. First off, you guys, it's free. Second is if she has already set it up this year, she is going to get a prorated deal back because she has already set it up. So the company is going to transfer that and they're going to send her that money back up to this date. Okay. So we want every person possible to set up their website because say Aunt Jane in Maryland tells neighbor Sue that she loves this color lipstick. Sue is going to get on marykay.com or the e-shop and she's going to pull up that website. She simply orders that lipstick. Jane instantly gets a commission off of that. She never has to do anything once she sets up Stripe. Now, Heather actually texted me a little bit ago and said people are having trouble with Stripe. Girl, I am too. Like that's a thing. Everybody is. I really think as of tomorrow, these little glitches are going to get so much attention, they're going to fix them. So I would not freak out. If you have not set up your stuff I beg you guys to go do that though tonight. Get on In Touch, set up the whole MyShop because you want that to launch and look very professional and be quick. That way it just all transfers. Okay. So let's go back to the breakdown. We have 30 and 50% commissions. One thing that will never change is how we make 50%. That stays the same. So if you are a working consultant, if you are an active consultant, if you're a recruiting consultant, if you are working for Queen's Court of Sharing, those remain the same. Great Start Qualified still remains the same as 600 to hit Great Start Qualified. Okay. So that will remain the same. 50%, that stays the same. If you and when you order 250 wholesale, you will still remain active. That active status, that side is not changing whatsoever. However, what is changing from now moving forward, say you recruit a little 18-year-old that just graduated high school because she is a what is it, a Gen Z now, and she is fast and furious. She's all over social media. She's going off to college. She talks about all of her skincare, all the things. You have recruited her, and all she wants to do is have that link. All she has to do is post on her social media, text her friends, share her link, and her girlfriends, her mom, her sister, her relatives can simply go in and order under her. She instantly makes 30%. Okay. Here is what is cool. Here's what's really neat with that. You guys, I'm going all over the board because all of this is just so exciting to me because we're actually going to make more money. Okay. Here's how I know that. I went through this numerous times yesterday, and the Mary Kay National Area had a Zoom, and Ashley actually sent it to me, and I finally wrapped my head around it. Say, whatever her name is, little 18-year-old that does not have any inventory. She doesn't want to hold parties. She just wants influencer life. She say say that she orders $100 retail of skincare. She pays 70% because she got a 30% discount. You guys, we get to count that as a commission off of the 70%. Okay. Because they still are giving her that discount. That is the wholesale number at the 70%. So that wholesale is our commission. Whether you are a team building consultant, whether you are a DIQ, whether you are a director, you get 70% commission off of these less than active orders. Does that make sense? So we are making more money. So that is our incentive. Whenever I first heard that, I was like, there's no way Mary Kay is doing that. We are going to lose money. Yada, our first instinct is to always think about the negative. But whenever I heard that and had Ashley break it down to me about 4 or 5 times, y'all, I was like, I don't get it. Once she kind of broke that down, I see the promise for us to build new people. That is the whole point of this is for us to reach a whole bunch of people at smaller masses, smaller numbers versus us building the business of big-minded numbers. Okay. So sure, us that are working and us that want more and us that want the bigger paychecks and the cars and all the things, we still see it as a business mind. However, we can share it with those that still want a little bit without having to do a lot. Okay. So 30 and 50%, that's the difference. All right. Another thing, contact card versus MyShop. You guys, then a big thing that I do see the difference here is whenever I personally run a sale, I have full advantage, full knowledge of where that order goes. That is kind of changing. We all probably know that by now. We have what we call MyShop, which is basically like our Amazon storefront, but as a Mary Kay girl. So we will share that with people. Whenever somebody orders directly through that link, it comes directly through Mary Kay. We have no hands on. We cannot go in and change that. Okay. So make sure whenever you guys are running promotions, whenever you are running a customer sale, whenever you are at at an appointment and you're like, girl, just check out my link. Make sure that you are not wanting to fill that with your own inventory. Why this also is an advantage, most people nowadays do not want inventory. Now, we know, again, as working consultants, we have major privileges by having some inventory on our shelf. But the days of us having to fill it, package it, deliver it, be in the field 24/7, most women do not want to do that. We love that. A lot of us love that because that is our customer service niche. Um, you guys, to go recruit somebody that's young and somebody that doesn't instantly see themselves as being the next top thing in Mary Kay, that's not what they want to hear because they want fast, convenient, easy, quick out the door and never have to mess with it, but they want a paycheck. Let's face it, the world has gone lazy and most people are just like, how can I make a dollar without having to do the work, right? This is how. This is how, because Mary Kay will take full advantage of us just sharing our e-shop and somebody getting it out the door. Okay. So whenever you are working your parties, make sure you say, hey, holler at me. Let me get with you. Let me service. However, most people that, we all have those ones that, God forbid, we have ran 18,000 sales and we have texted them and we have followed up and done all the things. But the morning they're leaving for a cruise, they're like, oh, I need my foundation, right? They're not going to go on the website. They're still going to contact you because you are their consultant. So that's the difference. You still have my contact card that you would send them. Y'all, my deal, I would make a virtual business card. Easy. Okay. I would go onto Canva or even just do something on your Instagram story and put all your stuff, save it as a contact, and that's it. I would send that to all my consultants and say, hey, Mary Kay is changing a little bit. From now on, if you guys need something delivered within the week, make sure that you text me. If you just want something because you're ordering, feel free to shop my website link. You guys, those are the differences. But we all have them. Most people that have been our previous consultant or customers, they're going to text us because that's how they're comfortable. All right? So just make sure that you guys know the difference there. Um Again, affiliate marketing 3 to 4%, y'all. Y'all, that's crazy. That is crazy. So I will tell you what I have been doing each and every day as I'm out and about, as I am selling Christmas gifts, as I am at the gym. I am seeing all these 18 to 25-year-old girls, and y'all, please hear my heart here. I am not in that age range. I am 37. So I would hate for somebody to see me and be like, ah, she can't run a business because she doesn't want to be an influencer. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is these little girls that are going off to college, these girls that are needing a Christmas couple weeks job, that age range, they love influencer lifestyle. Okay. So each and every day, I have been trying to come up with 3 to 5 girls in that age range, even my age and lower, that is good at social media, and I'm reaching out to them because those are our quick people that want to make a dollar. They're already in the format of doing content. They are already in the format of shopping virtually, and they are the ones that see this as a moneymaker. Okay. So we want to be thinking of that age range. Again, I'm not saying somebody my mom's age or even older isn't good at social media, but you have to look at that. Are they going to take advantage of this? Because if not, we still want to advertise the Mary Kay business. Okay. We still want to keep our head on people that want an income, that want to work, that want to hold appointments, because we still want to take advantage of that person as well. Don't cut off one and just work the other. Like, we want to work both ways. It's kind of like working hybrid. Some people like it in person, some people like on virtual, some people like both. So this just gives us the opportunity to show off the full platform to everybody. Okay. The next is make sure you guys set this up ASAP, like tonight. Like as soon as we get off the phone, if you have not logged in, y'all, I waited for a long time until I was sitting in a deer stand and then I was like, okay, I'm finally going to do this. And it took me a while to say I was going to go do it. Once you log in, again, most of you guys have probably already done it, but once you log in, I'm not kidding, it takes like 2 minutes. Like you're going to update some pictures, you're going to write a little thing about yourself. It doesn't have to be long, and you're going to add all your tags. That is really, really important. Y'all, if you have TikTok, if you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, if you have a personal other like LMT, you're going to want to add all of those links because all of that shows up on MyShop. The biggest thing with influencer life is people want to know you. Even if they don't ever personally know you, they think they know you because they follow you every which way. Okay. Now, you guys, you don't have to share everything, but I will say the more you share your own life versus just Mary Kay, that's how you're going to get the following. All right. So I love doing Mary Kay tutorials and Mary Kay videos, but majority of my social is not that. Majority of my social is me hunting, me riding my horse. You know, like they're my life. That's how people get to know you without ever knowing you. So make sure that you have all your links there. Okay. Um, Transfer all your ProPay. Y'all, if you have any money setting in your ProPay tonight, you will lose it. All right. So make sure as soon as you guys get off here that you jump over on ProPay first off and make sure there's no funds sitting there. Second, make sure that you go into your My Customers, whether that's My Customers app or My Customers on InTouch, and go through any pending or new orders. Y'all, this is gonna be a little old school. This is against who I am. Write them down on a piece of paper. Okay. Write them down, put exactly what they have ordered and put the total because you still need to process those. But we want to go ahead and hit complete that they have paid and that has been delivered. That way it transfers with all of your customer information. Because if not, come tomorrow or come Friday, when all of this transfers and you go in to look for Sue's order from 3 years ago, you're not going to find this last one that might have her foundation or her lipstick or any of that. Okay. You're going to lose that. So make sure anything that is new or pending, you've finished it. Okay. And then go ahead and fill the orders whenever it comes in, but just make sure that you guys have that somewhere that you can find it. All right. Um, and great starts all stay the same. So you guys, that was another big question. My heart is always Queen's Court of Sharing or Princess Court or whatever, red jackets, all the things, but that bonus money from Great Start Qualified will stay the same. I'm not sure how Queen's Court of Sales or Queen's Court of Sharing. I don't feel like any of that can change right now. That might be something that's in the adjustments for next year, but I don't feel like mid-year they can be like, oh, numbers change. However, Great Start Qualifieds are not changing at all. So they still have to hit the 600 within their first 4 months, wholesale production. Okay. All right, girls, that's my no. That is my rundown on e-commerce and the e-shop. What questions do you guys have? Type them.
Trish, I have two questions real
Uh-huh.
quick. The first one is the way that I understood it, and this may be wrong, is that ProPay will still be active, will still be available. It's just not linked to your Mary Kay. So if you have money in there, you don't lose it. It just can't be added to your order anymore, but you can still use it and put it in your bank account. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You will still have your funds, just next time you go to order, like it won't be available for you to hit use ProPay
Okay.
funds.
Okay.
Mhm.
So like some people, if they want to, they could keep ProPay if that's how they choose to run their credit card. Just on that last screen, it's not going to show up to add it to your order.
Yes. Let me hit on that for just a second.
Okay.
With ProPay, people can still use the ProPay. What I am really recommending you girls or anyone use going forward, if you take credit cards at an appointment or over the phone or something, Square is cheaper and you get your money faster. So versus ProPay with Mary Kay, we had a great deal. They gave us a smaller percentage. ProPay on your own, it's going to go up. They're going to take more money, where Square takes less and
And
it instantly goes into our bank account.
And on the Square, did you say that you can text someone
Mhm.
like to pay? Like, normally on ProPay, we have to write down the person's card, but will you talk just a minute about Square, Trish? Because I'm just learning this from you actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see this
Mm-hmm.
with my ring light, but
I can
like
see it.
this right here is what if you download the Square app, it's going to pull in. So just say somebody owes me $2. Okay. So you would hit review sale, charge $2, and then there's options here. It can say cash, manual credit card entry. If you will hit that, oh, not manual credit card. That would be if somebody sent you their card information, you put it there. But send payment link, you guys, if you hit send payment link, you can share the link, you can copy it or instantly text it to somebody. It's going to show up as a little box. They put in their card information. That way you never have their card. Okay. This is how I take all my orders, like over my Pink Friday sale. They have to submit like a credit card or they don't get the discount. So if they have not done it through my website, they get a link and they have to pay within 24 hours. That way you get your money. So yeah, Square is super easy. You just text them the link and it goes right through.
Awesome. My second question is, so previously, let's say I am the girl that is like, hey, I just want to sign up. I don't want to carry inventory. I just want to have the link. Like, I'm going to, maybe just send it to my friends and family, that kind of thing. I'm going to make my website. So previously, I had to go in and I had to place a full 225 order before my website was even active or gonna work. But now, do I have to place any order at all?
Nope. Nope. Um, no, you don't have to do anything. So say she just set as long as she has set up her website with the e-shop, she sends
Mm-hmm.
that link out. Say somebody now if somebody was to go in and order 600, it's instantly going to make her active. Okay? But if
Okay.
somebody just orders as long as they order over 50 wholesale, she is going to get that commission.
Okay. So she would need to, like, let's say the first person that's going to order Susie Q only wants a CC cream for $22. She really, we still need to tell those new consultants, hey, go in and order 50 bucks of product for yourself. So then that way they are active in that first tier of the 30%, right?
Yes, if she
Okay.
knows she's going to share her link and, if she's going to do anything at all, if she wants that commission, she needs to place at least two products, whatever, to hit that $50 wholesale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Claire says, I like it. I like
Okay.
it too. Mom, I
So
think you're trying to talk, but you're muted.
are you on to talk, Krista?
Well,
I
I
can
do
stop.
have, no, I've got a question, but I was
Okay.
going to say Crystal had a question. So you go, Crystal.
Okay. So two things I thought of follow up on that one. They could technically, it's not going to keep them from it. Like, say they get a CC cream, it's still going to process that order. She's just not going to make any money. Okay.
Right.
That's what I thought. And then I think I've forgotten my other one now. Um,
However, that's a great point, Crystal. That
okay.
is a cumulative. So
Hmm.
everything from now on is a cumulative. So say she has her sister orders a CC cream and that's $22. Once that hits 100 retail, from then on she will
Hmm.
start getting that 30%.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Go
I've got,
ahead, Krista. Let me think what I was going
okay.
to say. I
Well,
forgot.
I was going to show you this and you may be, but this was just, how people think so differently. And so maybe you can guide me and it might help someone else. So of course, all I've ever known is, you know, hard to sell from an empty wagon, have inventory. That's what I know to teach people to have a debut, etc. But again, we have these young, and nothing against the young, but we have these young that are influencers, etc. So for example, I have someone newer that is young, that has been with another company, not a cosmetic company, but with a direct sales company. And her first question was, do I need to buy inventory? Even though I know that she had well the means to buy inventory, that was not the case with her. But she was kind of like a hard buy, like I need to buy inventory. So I really asked her questions like, well, how did you run that other business, etc. So I noticed she did this the other day, and I'm going to see if you can see this on the thing. But my question is this like the My Shop? Have we always been able to do this? But she is not a huge poster, but she posted a picture of herself. She's in Las Vegas. It said, a good collagen and a great makeup does wonders. And it says, shop my products. And it says marykay.com. And I'll be darned, I clicked on it and it went to her website.
Mhm.
Has that always been that way? Or like, did she figure something? Okay, I'm just behind.
No.
It's
No, so right now, like if you were to go onto Instagram or whatever, you can add a link to your direct website and then you put a poster with it and it'll take you directly to her website.
okay. So that's my next question. So the one thing that I saw on there, Claire, quit laughing at me. She's giving laughing faces. Quit laughing at me. Okay. So this is my question now, because I'm just like, I am not an influencer and I'm not a all those things, but I'm trying to figure out. So it's one thing I want us to feel that we don't have to go out of our lane. We can still run in our lane.
Mhm.
But like a couple of instances, today someone said to me that I don't know very well through a message, your outfits were so cute in Vegas. And I thought, how'd she see that? And only I posted a few stories. Now, y'all, I was not posting my outfits. I was not like, let me tell you where I got my shirt. Let me tell you where I got my pants. I was posting like I was there with family, that kind of stuff. But she took that from me. Then someone tonight said, I haven't been seeing you go live, which would be in my community group. Okay. I said, I haven't been doing that much. But my question is, my thing to that is that people want to see more than we think they want to see, is what I'm trying
Mhm.
to say. Like I
Mhm.
wasn't trying to show my outfits. I wasn't trying to sell my outfits. But I guess if I'd have had a link or whatever, that's how people are, I still don't understand how people are making money on social media. But then this is my question. She posts her link, boom, people could buy from her. So if I go in and put my link, is that to my website? Is that different than my shop? Do you see what
So,
I'm
yeah, not necessarily. So for us that already use our website and utilize it,
It's
no.
gonna be.
Because
But
my website's going to be the same thing, like backslash Warner, the end. That's
correct.
Mhm.
Correct. Yes. But
okay.
on the eShop, those that don't want to handle a website, like don't have any interest on handling anything, it instantly does it. So I think what it's really helping is these people that want to be on social media but don't want to run a business. Mary Kay still gets profit of that.
Right,
Where before they had to find a beauty consultant.
Mhm.
right. Right. Okay. But what I'm saying is that I would ask is, and I'm sure you do this all the time, Trish. I don't know how many of you do this, but I was like, how simple would this be? Like, not that I look that great right now, but I went to a Christmas program tonight. So a couple of hours ago, I looked okay, that I could have posted a picture or, that type of thing. And just to say that, because people are wanting to just click and shop, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I've done so much online shopping the last few years over Christmas, and I'm a shopper. I like to shop. I like to get the best deal. I like to go through the clothes racks. I like all that. But due to time and stuff, I'm finding this clicking. So I guess my question that I want you to is I said to the person tonight at the Christmas program, you put 100 people in this room, I'd never miss a beat. You put me on Facebook and I'm sweating in my panties. That's what I said to her. I mean, like I am. And she said, I don't think I could do it. She said, I think I would cry. And but my thing of it is encourage us of how to just add that my shop in because I can tend to want to think this is my lane, only work my business this way. And I want to feel good about what you're saying about being hybrid, that I can catch someone young, but I can also catch someone that wants to sit down knee to knee, face to face, toe to toe.
I think it all comes down to like we as business women still want to share it and still want to present the business side.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't think we ever want to get away from that. I don't think our new consultant packets need to be different. I don't think whenever you guys are doing an appointment, you need to change Mrs. Cab at all. I
Okay.
do think if you are sitting there with a group of girls that have no interest of anything but taking their little selfie, okay? Or if you are sitting with somebody that's middle age, a little older, and she shops really well, and you know the only time she buys from you is whenever you run that discount, I think we need to target market both of those. Okay. Because I have numerous people, they know whenever my sales are. They know I'm doing two big sales a year and they stock up. But mid-year, they might run to Walmart. They might run to, I think we need to offer this to them as well as that younger generation because they don't have to do anything. Okay. So I think we really have to stay with the mindset of the business. And then whenever we see the opportunity to share it with somebody that might just want the 30%, I think that's whenever that takes a toll.
I love that. Okay, Claire, I think you raised your hand that
Go
you
ahead.
had a question.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if I were to update the website like tonight, like what she's saying, would that link, is that the link I use to like post on social media? Is that
Yeah,
what you're saying?
we don't have that yet. Like you are going to update that, and then I
Right.
believe tomorrow we
Tomorrow.
will probably get all the information of like how to log in and look at our new stuff. I know you guys, I know tonight there is a break. Like I want to say at midnight till 6 a.m. tomorrow, In Touch is down. So don't wait till too late. But I believe tomorrow, probably whenever we'll probably all receive an email, and then we probably all will log on to In Touch and on the splash page tell us exactly how to get through all of this.
Right. I love that. I love that.
But
Claire,
your
is any other question?
your website is still going to be the same either
Yes,
way,
Yes.
yes,
So if you do share something, that's nothing to worry
yeah.
about.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
then one more question. Once I have the new link, so Mary Kay sends from the new link now, like I no longer am packaging those things. Like Mary Kay does all of that now.
Right, right.
Okay.
So yeah. So if they shop your website link, your e-shop, whatever we want to call it, if they shop that, pay through that, and process their order, it comes directly through the company, and your funds will go directly into your bank account.
Okay.
Okay. So I apologize. Claire's going to just die. Keep asking these questions, or maybe somebody else wonders it. If I want Mary Kay to handle it because I'm busy and it's Christmas time, I'm going to send my link. If I post my link on my Instagram because I'm at Savvy's program and someone clicks it, Mary Kay's going to handle it. If I want to use out of this closet that's over here, I'm going to say, text me.
Right.
Bottom line, if they go to marykay.com/Warner, they're going to buy it. Mary Kay's going to fill it and Mary Kay's going to pay me for it.
Yes. Think of your website and e-shop. As of now, it is Amazon.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
We have no control of it. The only way they will receive their product is if they pay for it, check out, and it's over. And we don't touch it.
And then we
So
get the 30% from that, right?
Correct. Unless you are active. If you are active, if you have your 225 wholesale, 450 retail, you are still going to receive 50% that
Oh,
way.
wow.
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
so that's what I wanted to be clear is someone asked me the question, and y'all, I just think there's a lot of questions. So I love, first off, I'm like, Trish, send me that Zoom. What are you talking about? You got a Zoom? We need to know that Zoom. But I know sometimes we can overthink think things. And there can be too many questions and it can overwhelm us. And we can just be like, okay, let's just stop. But the bottom line is for everyone, I can see most of your faces. I know who you are. Every person on this call, I can promise you is active or stays active. So you're staying at 50% because someone asked me the question, if I give my link, am I only going to get 30%? And that is not correct.
No,
Correct? That is
no.
correct. It goes by your status. So what I love is I can remember a girl at the gym that was a couple of years ago that was really spicy on social media. She was positive of herself, posted different things, all the different things. And she said, how do you do, Mary Kay? Kind of the same thing. She didn't really necessarily could figure out how to carry the product and to do all this kind of stuff. But if we would have had this, she would have ran with it. So,
Mhm.
but I think we have to be clear that the only difference is if you want to deliver the product, and girls, I want to highly encourage you, don't think I'm not going to keep product in my house anymore. I don't think that's the answer. You've got Mary Kay's always going to have product. That's the easy way out. And this is for your personality. But I can tell you that if I meet someone across from my desk, I'm going to have the product and hand it to them. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Okay. So let's be smart business owners that we want to make sure and do that. But again, they can always follow up because it's still going to count for our star, right, Trish?
Yes.
Still going
Yes.
to count for our quarter sales. It's still going to count for everything. It's just bottom line, do we want to be hands on or hands off? And I think your statement of being hybrid is the most brilliant thing we can do.
Mhm.
And I think that I think we need verbiage for that, Trish. I think we need to think about like a closing that when we close, that basically if they want to deliver, if they want me to deliver it, because I have people that y'all they want a book and they want me. They don't want, like they're almost offended. They don't want it. And so I think we need to come up with a verbiage because hybrid is not going to be understood by a consultant. I mean by a customer. So I think we need to come up with a verbiage where we feel comfortable to ask basically if they want it delivered from me or if they would like my link. But if they shop my link, it's going to come from me. Basically, do they want it in the mail or do they want it delivered personal? Or you know what I'm trying to say, but just some verbiage where it's kind of like when we share the marketing of, I always say, we have our savvy shoppers and then we have our, hobby time and then we have our part time and then we have our full time. So basically, as a customer, that they can kind of go in because some is going to be like, don't be texting me. I just want the link. And then some is going to be like, I want that book in the mail every 3 months for preferred customer.
I
Okay.
think our biggest
Yeah.
thing, you guys, I think we just have to stay open
Mhm.
because we're women and world is so busy and everything is so hectic, so fast that instantly we think that's just going to be a lot of work. I don't want to mess with it. But if we really keep our mind open, I really feel like for one, business-minded women are going to take full advantage of this to make extra money, to make more money than we are already making, which is insane to me. For two, I think it's going to really open us up to compete with those companies that say, oh, you don't have to have inventory. Oh, you don't have to hold the party. Oh, we don't have to do that. We have all of those competitions. We have so many, a woman can log on right now and order a lipstick of about 800 different places. Or she can call a girlfriend, right? She can run to Walgreens. This is just another opportunity Mary Kay is giving us to increase our profit, to increase our business, and to be able to work to the full advantage of how we want to work and offer it to women to work their full advantage of how they want to work. So we still have both worlds, just making more money. So I think we just have to keep our minds open and be excited that they are giving us more money.
I love that. I love that. Okay. And Crystal, I think you had another question.
Yes. So I want to follow up on the young people thing. I think I have some consultants that had this have been in place when they came in, and I'm sure you all have them because they get hung up on that they didn't order the 225 yet, and so they don't have a website. So when they're just signed up and excited and they can send that out, I think they could have got some sales early on and had some success and maybe been in a different position. So just thinking on that. Online sales though, so like on my Pink Friday, I processed that. And so we can't do that anymore that way. We can't like give our discounts there. But what we can do, we didn't talk about CDS, like we can do that on our end still.
Mhm. Yeah,
And the thing to remember is we have to process their card our way. And then when we order it, it has to be on our card, not their card. Like we could put their card in before and we can't put their card in now. Am I right on
right,
all of that?
right,
Okay.
right.
So that's a little bit confusing. We can still do the same thing. We just have to do it a little different way, I guess.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think, don't we, I think when I set mine up, it like every 30 days, because I was just going to like set it for the year. And so you can change it. And so
Mhm.
you can change it if like the free shipping, or you can change it. Was it a percent or something? There was a couple of like you could choose a few things, but the thing that I liked about it is it didn't just say, well, forever it's free shipping or forever it's 20% off or whatever. But you could change it within a 30-day period.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another great little point is you can change like going into the holiday season, they could shop tax free. They could get a discount to shop this week, whatever. You can change that. You guys, what I do think is really cool with this is we can update our website every 30 days to fit that lifestyle. So we've all seen them. Like, no offense, I was a realtor. We've all seen the realtors that have the picture of about 30 years ago. We don't want to do that. We want to be up to date and keep our things up to date to look like on trend and with the things. So I think that's really cool that you can tie your family in there. You can make it very customizable for you and who you are as a consultant versus just a vague Mary Kay, here's my little picture. So all of that I think is a big deal too.
Okay, I have another question.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, so because I have multiple things in my brain right now, um, so I go to InTouch, and what is the first thing I'm clicking to go change this? Because that's I need like, where am I
Pop
going?
up. It's going to pop up. It
Oh,
go
on
to
when you log
InTouch. It's
in.
going to pop up like mine. I've done it. I did double. I think I might need to write something about myself. I added the pictures and a few little things, but it just pops up just in the middle of your screen, and you can either click like "Don't ever see this again," or But I just keep Xing out of it to just do it. But it's going to take you step by step, and it will let you and like I'm just pretending, but let's say that it gave you 5 or 6 picture options. Like I only put 4, but I can go back in and add one, is what I'm trying to say. Like I just, did it quickly, that kind of stuff. But again, it's not forever engraved. You just need to get it going. Like I don't have my links in there. I'm going to go in there and do that tonight. I didn't know how to do. So I don't know if you could tell us that, Trish, real fast, but like, I'm not sure how you'd get a link to your Instagram or Facebook. But if anybody else is in that situation, where would we find that on Instagram or Facebook?
Two ways. If you're doing it off of a laptop or a desktop, whenever you pull it up in the search, like in the search engine, you just copy and paste that. That's going to be like if you go to your home page, like your main page on Instagram, that's going to be your main thing. Okay. Same with Facebook. If you do it off of your phone, if you guys go into your settings and scroll all the way down, it's going to say share or copy link. That's it.
So I'm going to go down here to the bottom where my little circle person is.
Hmm. And then it'll like on Instagram, it says share profile right there. Just hit copy link.
Okay, girl, I don't see that, but I'm going to write that down. And
Okay. So like this is my personal page.
okay,
Okay. Like
Instagram.
here's my stuff. I went to my homepage. Right up top where your stories are, it says edit profile or share profile.
Oh my gosh, right in front of me. Okay. Okay. So this sounds dumb, but so if I don't know how to get on Instagram on my computer. I only know how to do that on my phone. So I would want to have Mary Kay in touch open on my phone so I could copy and paste that.
Yeah. On your desktop, just go to Instagram.com and log in.
I need to get off now for y'all to have to keep me.
That's so
Seriously, I
funny.
didn't know how to do it. So I just didn't do that part of my shop. I didn't do that part because I did not know how to do it. And Karen, I see you over there nodding your head like, girl, I know. But it's going to be so worth it because I think I would definitely, um, those things, people seeing my Instagram or Facebook could add more than just seeing what they see right now if they log into my InTouch and see my picture from 11 years ago.
Right.
Okay. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm a little scared, but I'm excited. Anybody else a little excited? Anybody? Anybody a little scared? Okay. I'm a little scared, but we have to try new. That's what I want to encourage you. That's what I want to encourage you. Yesterday, I text one of McKay's little girlfriends that's a hair girl, and I said, girl, my hair just looks like a blonde football helmet. Like, I don't know. It's just too poofy. It's still too poofy tonight. And I got out this morning. She was telling me, and I dug through because she said it didn't matter if those hot irons and stuff was old. I said, well, I thought it didn't matter. So I had little baby flat irons. I had big flat irons. I had different curling irons, and I took a picture of all that. And y'all, she sent me a TikTok. Y'all, I had deleted TikTok. Well, I couldn't open them unless I downloaded TikTok to even be able to see it. But my point is, we got to try because I keep saying the same thing about my hair. It looks like the same blonde football helmet. I got to try something different if I want something different. So I want to encourage that. What if you look up and you're like, boom, I got a deposit from Mary Kay. Boom, I got a deposit from Mary Kay. Boom, I don't even know who that was. Boom, she shared it. So I want us to think of the what if. And again, if you don't have 5 pictures to add one picture. Add one sentence. You can go back next week and add 2 sentences. We can copy off of each other, but remember to be authentic. Remember to be you. Trish, I can't wait. I was 3 minutes late getting on. I'm going to rewatch this. I'm going to have Kay put this into a video, and I may have her like crop it off where you're not getting all these questions and all my talking and all that kind of stuff. But so we can rewatch it. We can rewatch it. We can redo it. We can rewatch it, redo it. All those kinds of things. Trish, you are a doll. Thank you for being so knowledgeable. Thank you for taking the bull by the horns and taking us where we need to go because I might still be over here in the corner in my inventory closet if it wasn't for you. So, anything you want to leave us with before we close?
My biggest thing, y'all, just make sure your stuff is set up tonight and don't get behind. Like we can always catch up, we can always get in and fix it later, but open our minds, like take full advantage because I promise they are not going to launch something that's not going to benefit us. We are
Yeah,
going to make more money. We're going to be able to reach more people. And we're going to be able to grow faster, I feel, with all of these opportunities. Like we have to embrace change. And I know it's scary, but change normally is a good thing.
love it. Okay, so for the Wild West girls, we'll hop off, hop right back on the Zoom for unit meeting, and it'll be short and quick because we got a lot of work to do tonight. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great night. Bye bye. Thank you, Trish. Okay. Kens, are you still on? She just may be logged in. Okay.
Yeah, crap. Sorry. Okay, I was trying to end it, but I think okay, I'm just gonna leave.
You're just gonna leave. Get out of here, girl. Kitty, kitty. Hey, Jessica.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you
I'm
doing?
good. I'm good. Good. I'm going to see if these other girls jump back on. Okay, so have you done your My Shop yet?
I worked on it a couple of weeks ago when it came up on the In Touch.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna go back through and check it because after this meeting, I was like, I don't know if I got
Yeah.
everything I needed to, but I did see that on my In Touch, so I'm hoping I did it right.
Yeah. I'm sure you did. And I know there'll be time for us to get it right. So I don't want everybody to panic, but I do think that tonight we need to take a little time, go on our In Touch. Now, I don't know if we won't see it till tomorrow, but every time I clicked preview where I thought it was going to let me see, how it was going to be laid out, the pictures, it would say preview is unavailable. So I
Yes.
don't know if
Mhm.
that's fixed now, but I do think I'm a very visual person. So I'm anxious to be able to see it. And then I might be like, oh gosh, that looks blank, or oh gosh, I wrote way too much, or, whatever it is that we can see what is, missing off of there. So I am super excited about that. Okay, Selena, look at you rocking your little earrings. Wild West girl. I love it. I love it. Okay, Selena, what are your thoughts? Have you done your My Shop?
No, I have not. And I will tell you, I am one, full disclosure, I struggle with social media. I have not been a person who does reels and live videos,
Yeah.
and I feel further and further behind. And I feel like even things like Canva and boards and that sort of thing, I'm just struggling, and so I feel behind already. And that's just like putting pictures on this. I don't have any pictures. You've said that to me before about, um, and so I don't know. I would like to have somebody who would help me with that so that I could learn but I know that it's an area where I need to grow. I just don't know how to go about,
Okay,
I don't know
I
how
want
to go
you to
about
think
doing that.
don't over worry it. I know Kay will help us. And I know you've had conversations with Kay. I did not put professional pictures. I
Well, girl,
and
I'm the one taking the pictures. I don't have pictures of me.
well, I will have to go back and look, but I think things like group pictures, like pictures with your family, but again, this is going to be a great time because if you don't have any pictures, you can take pictures during the holidays, that kind of stuff. But I think people are going to be more drawn to seeing me be me, seeing me at a rodeo, seeing me at the kids' Christmas program, than they are going to be just seeing me up there in my national suit.
Right.
But that is for me, I always was so drawn to people that I could relate to, that I thought was so down to earth, so real. So I think we're all going to kind of have our niches on this, but I don't want us to ever give up the thought of carrying product, having product, servicing our customers. I'm going to tell you, I like someone that gives me customer service. So I am not, Bill sold $2,000 in men towers in one night, one day. He sent them out on Sunday afternoon. And I want to tell you, there is no way I would say, go click on this link and it'll send it to your wife. Like those people want those towers. We had a guy last night bought five of the mediums at $149. And so do not, all three of you that are on here are used to servicing your customers. I want this to be an extension. I don't want this to be a replacement. Okay. That most of the people that buy from me, that buy from Mackenzie, they buy Mackenzie. She has a lot of people in her hometown, which is the next neighboring town, that are older and they love for her to come and deliver that Mary Kay product. They want to
Mhm.
ask about Sullivan. They love when she brings Sullivan with her. They love that connection. So I want to encourage you, don't be intimidated by this. This is like an asset that I can add over here. Because like I said, I am not comfortable. Now, right now, I'm comfortable with y'all girls because I don't feel like you're judging me. I don't feel like you're looking at my background. I don't feel like you're whatever. But if I go like Facebook Live, like I said, I am literally drenched in sweat because I'm so nervous. And
Mhm.
that's what the girl said to me tonight. I like seeing the new product. I liked when you did whatever. And I said, girl, I just can't hardly make myself do that. I said, it just makes me crazy. And so I want you to know that you've still got to run in your lane. But again, I think of how many people I've missed because I said, you need to make an order, you need to hold a debut, you need to have 10 people at it, you need to XYZ. And I love that Trish said none of that should change, but this is just over here. To me, it is kind of like the people that like there's two ways of thinking it. Like I have said, I was a personal use consultant. Like I said, if I come in and only me and my mom buy, like it's worth it. We're going to get 50% off. I never thought of anything else. But the twist on this is you're still going to have those personal use consultants, but you're going to have those people that they're happy if they get a $30 check. They're happy if they get a $20 check. They're probably getting those little small checks from lots of different things. I can't think that way. My mind doesn't think that way. But that's going to be something that, again, like Trish said, is I'm looking for someone that's always on social media. And so I think that it's going to be a great target for us to talk to someone that they don't want to get 10 people and bring them around a table, but they'd like to say what their skincare is. They'd like to make the money off of it, that kind of thing. So
Mhm.
just want us to look, it's like this is a side dish. Like the steak and the chicken is our main course. Like that's what's going to feed our bellies. But we got these sides over here. And now here is this side dish. And you can get a little 30%, you can get a little 50%, all of that. And I do think we're going to learn from each other. So I want that to be encouraging. Y'all, I sat there tonight. I I was like, I don't see share my profile. Y'all, it was this big. I wasn't seeing it. I was looking in the little dots, I was looking in the lines, I was looking everywhere. Like that's okay, but I think that we keep having these conversations. I think come tomorrow, we're going to start seeing this. More people are going to be talking about it. I think we can keep going live together, keep learning together. And I always say the first person to ask is the first person to cross the finish line. So I want us to make a pact that we're not going to be scared to ask. We have to ask. Okay. Okay, so what I want to encourage you. So first off, congratulations. Selena was a star. Karen, you were a star. Karen, I hadn't got to see you and I don't know when. Y'all all remember Karen Chittister. I don't know how long she's been with us, a long time. She's always a star consultant. Oh my gosh, how I love this woman. And I don't get to see her in person. So is this your granddaughter that's got you on Zoom tonight? Yes, I love it. Thank you for helping her. And Karen, you look fabulous. Now, do you dress up like that every day? Did you dress up like she does? Look, granddaughter says yes, she does. She's always so well put together. So, Karen, every Tuesday we get on Zoom and we do now not normally that long, like 30 minutes, but we do a group training. And then at 7:30 we get on this and it's just our unit. And sometimes there's just two or three, sometimes there's five or six, but it's just like the old days when we would have training meetings and it just allows us to be together. So I hope you figured this out and you'll know the more you do it, the better you'll get with it. So excited. Okay, well, girls, this is what I want us to know. It's 8 o'clock. I want us to get off. I want us to all get on our in touch and I want us to at least look at it. Like if we only get one step, like literally, if we only get our email addressed, then maybe tomorrow we add a picture and then maybe the next day we add a description. But I want you to know that something's better than nothing. So even
Mhm.
if you just get a little bit, and again, like Trish said, we can keep updating it. So tonight we're not looking for perfection. We're just looking for progress. Okay. And I'm going to send each of you a little video. I'm just going to text it to you personally that someone sent me this morning. And y'all, it was so good just about the gratefulness and the Christmas spirit and the holiday and where we're at. And it just is a great reminder for each of us to be in that. And then I want to remind you, y'all, I've not listened to the $1 Million Message today. I'm telling on myself. I have to do that before I go to bed. But we're doing Monday through Friday, listening to the $1 Million Message. Jessica, I know you listened to it today. Selena, have you listened yet? Nope. Okay. So we got two things. And Karen, I can send you that flyer if you don't have that flyer. But to call in, we're just doing it for 5 days of listening to the $1 million message. So I can text that over to you. So your homework tonight is listen to the $1 million message, make one step on your My Shop. And I can't wait to see y'all back next Tuesday night. But don't hesitate. Look right there. We got a little Gen Zer right there. I don't know if she's 18, Karen, but is she 18? No, not yet. But see, she's going to show you how to add your links, how to do this. And you know what? On her Instagram, she can add your link where they can shop your My Shop, Karen, and she can be showing her skincare. So there you go. That's how we get those little cutie patooties in there with us. So I love it. Okay, girls, have a good night. I just want you to know that I am praying circles around each of you. I am praying for abundance. I am praying for favor. I am praying for peace. I am praying for healing for everyone that is going through sickness and illness. I am praying, dear Lord, that you just give us a platform to just speak for you. Dear Lord, I pray that you just put your hand on each one of these ladies that is with us tonight. And dear Lord, that as we take this next step forward, that we keep you by our side. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Okay, girl, I love you so much. I'm going to send that over. Bye bye.